I told the governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp, that I disagree strongly with his decision to open certain facilities which are in violation of the Phase 1 guidelines for the incredible people of Georgia. They're incredible people. I love those people. They're great. They've been strong, resolute, but at the same time, he must do what he thinks is right. I want him to do what he thinks is right.
President Trump reverses course, does a 180 on Governor Brian Kemp's decision to reopen Georgia, saying it's too soon. Earlier tonight, Governor Kemp responded to the president's comment on Twitter, saying, "Earlier today, I discussed Georgia's plan to reopen shuttered businesses for limited operations with the president. I appreciate his bold leadership and insight during these difficult times and the framework provided by the White House to safely move states forward." He goes on to say, "Our next measured step is driven by data and guided by state public health officials. We will continue with this approach to protect lives and the livelihoods of all Georgians. Just like the thousands of businesses currently operating throughout Georgia, I am confident that business owners who decide to reopen will adhere to minimum basic operations which prioritize the health and well-being of employees and customers." And tonight, the governor did offer some clarification tonight when it comes to allowing certain businesses to open up on this Friday and also on Monday. In a one-on-one interview with 11 Alive, the governor is calling this an opportunity, not a mandate, saying that it's not mandatory. Some businesses like barbershops and theaters, they can open up, but they don't have to, saying it's not mandatory. The White House guidelines say the states should only consider reopening businesses if they're seeing cases decline over 14 days. This graph right here shows the number of new cases the Georgia Department of Public Health is reporting by date. And you can see cases have only started to drop off within the last 5 to 7 days. Before that, it was more of a roller coaster ride with dips and spikes. Our Jeff Hollinger asked Governor Kemp directly about that earlier today.
And all of it was done to help with our hospital bed capacity and to give us time to stock the supplies that we need, like PPE, to be able to have our frontline healthcare workers taken care of. And we have done that. We've stood up additional medical facilities at the World Congress Center. We cut through government red tape to help Piedmont open their hospital tower 4 months early, so we have additional bed space. We bought mobile hospital units that we're deploying all across the state. I believe that we meet the criteria based on the data and the guidelines that we have to move into that phase. But again, this is very measured. You know, some that are using pandemic politics make you think like we're going back, to where we were 2 months ago, and that is just not the fact.
The governor says his team has looked at several models, and this was a measured decision to restart or to start reopening Georgia's economy.